So, Claire, are you surprised that Crystal called off the wedding?
Not at all. Not in the least.
You're not?
No.
You know her very well, right?
Yes. And, it was made blatantly obvious to everyone that they didn't have any chemistry. I mean, everyone was, kind of surprised that he even proposed to her. So, there was no chemistry. They didn't have anything in common. And I think that she was just using him. I mean, it's no coincidence to me that she ends the engagement the day that her single comes out on iTunes.
Oh.
So, I think it was a publicity stunt.
Isn't she clever?
Oh, I seriously.
I mean, they're not in love. What girl, 25-year-old, doesn't dream about an 85-year-old man in pajamas, walking around in pajamas all day? I mean, how did he even think for a minute?
There's a line of women waiting around the block waiting for him to die. They're like, yeah, we're available.
But he has the zoo. I mean, the zoo makes it all worthwhile.
He's an amazing guy, and he deserves much better, and he can get much better. That's what it comes down to.
He tweeted, he tweeted that they broke up, that, she had a change of heart. And I'm just picturing him doing it from, his life alert. Like, the guy tweets. Oh, God. Can he do that? I didn't know he could do that.
He's in good shape. He's an 85. But the question is, what makes a man of 85 think that a 25-year-old girl is actually madly in love with him and wants to sleep with him? What is that about in a man's mind? You're a man. Tell me.
Well, I mean, she's had some big assets, as you know what I mean. But no, she
has big. She has big assets. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but she's got her own.
I understand why he's interested in her. Yeah. But why would he think that she's interested in him?
I think he doesn't care. I mean, at this point, I mean, look at Pierce, the guy with Anna Nicole Smith. I mean, at that point, it was just like, sure, come on down. But we spoke to her today, and she said she legitimately got cold feet. She just felt it wasn't right, and that's her side of the story.
What about what Claire just said about the single coming out today?
Well, that came out exactly. It is suspicious timing. I'm just telling you what she said, not necessarily.
The single, by the way, is horrendous. It sounds like Terminator produced it from the grave. It's so bad. It's like a robot. It doesn't even sound human.
Really?
It's crazy.
I haven't heard it.
It's honestly no worse than any Real Housewives single out there. I mean,
what about this rumor that she was dating Dr. Phil's son, Jordan McGraw, on the side? Did that have anything to do with the breakup? Ian, you might know this, or you do.
She denied it. She denied it. I know that the New York Post had sources saying so. She said no. It was simply she was got cold feet. She was on the way to the altar and was just like, you know what, this is just not going to be right.
What do you say to that, Michelle?
First of all, Dr. Phil's son is so handsome.
Is he?
I couldn't believe it. I Googled him. I'm like, this is I was expecting a basketball with a mustache. I'm like, this is his son. He's a very good-looking guy. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's his son, the one we just showed.
He's handsome.
Wow.
Mr. Phil. I would call him Mr.
That's a genetic miracle.
I
like Dr. Phil, but, this kid is really good-looking.
Insane.
Whoa. Yeah. And let's see. She reportedly considered leaving Hef at the altar in exchange for a $500,000 deal to sell her story to the tabloids. What about that? What do you know about that? Claire, do you know anything about this?
I mean, you can look at this and just see that she's incredibly selfish from this act of, making everyone go through these extensive preparations for a wedding for 6 months, and it was made to be like the American version of the royal wedding. So it was intense, and to make them go all that way and down to 5 days before a wedding and then pull out like that, it's a selfish move. I don't put it past her.
And she might have been planning the whole thing.
I think it was calculated. It was seriously, what I believe.
When I first heard it, I'm like, this woman is a genius.
She's brilliant.
To make happen, she didn't do it.
This is not just a pair of boobs. This is a brilliant girl.
Did she get a brain implant? Is that a thing you can get? Because I think she got that.
Now, Hef has tweeted the following. I'll read it. Since we're not getting married on Saturday, I've scheduled a movie, Runaway Bride. Seems appropriate. So he's got a sense of humor about it, and good for